only entitled to work 4 hours per day. They might just pay you for 6 hours when you work for 12 hours, and you're like, okay, but I work for 12 hours. And then because they know you can't report, and if you report to the authorities, you can get into trouble. So they basically just cheat you and you can't do anything. So you work for a lot of hours and get paid for just a few hours, which is really unfair. Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Dima. If it's your first time here, thank you so much for joining. And if you're a returning subscriber, I do appreciate you for always coming back here to watch my videos. So today we're going to be talking about a very interesting topic, and I feel like this thing has been requested. I've got a lot of DMs in my Instagram, on my Facebook, and my email shoot like telling me, okay, just talk about this. So guys, we're just going to talk about, like, basically I'm going to be telling you guys what you should know before moving to Romania for international student. But I think this video might be, some of the things I would say in this video will be helpful to those coming for work, like business, and probably coming to join their families. So I would advise that you sit and enjoy. So guys, so like I was saying, we're going to be talking about 4 things in this topic. Please forgive me if I have to always like look down because I'm looking to my note, so I don't make any mistake, because I want this video to be like so packed of information. You know, I want you to be able to get all the information and be able to answer all the questions I've got. So the first one is, can an international student work in Romania? The second thing is, how much do you earn? And the third one is, how much is the tuition fee? And the fourth one is, what is the cost of living? So I'm basically going to talk about this in this order. The first thing I'm going to be talking about is, can an international student work? Yes, that's the question. Yes, that's the answer. Sorry. So basically, an international student has the right to work 4 hours a day. So, like, you have the right, like I said, like if you have the Romanian resident permit as an international student, you have the right to work like 4 hours per day. But the thing is that I know that some students that work more than 4 hours, but the thing is that their employer gets to cheat them. So let me say, for example, you work for like 12 hours, and because the employer knows you're an international student and you are only entitled to work 4 hours per day, they might just pay you for 6 hours when you work for 12 hours, and you're like, okay, but I work for 12 hours. And then because they know you can't report, and if you report to the authorities, you can get into trouble. So they basically just cheat you and you can't do anything. So you work for a lot of hours and get paid for just a few hours, which is really unfair. So I would advise, if you're an international student and you get a job, please work 4 hours. So if they don't pay you for the 4 hours, you can go to the authorities and tell them, okay, I worked for this amount of hour and then I'm not paid fully. You know, they would be in trouble. You know, that's the thing. So that's what I advise. So the second one is, how much can you earn in a month? Okay, so just to let you know, Romanian, they don't pay like per hour, they pay you per month. It depends, unless you get like some jobs, but then it's very rare for you to get paid like daily, like per hour. So it's per month. So I would say you could get a minimum of 1,000 RON, and that should be like, say, around 200 euros, 200 and something euros. So let's just say 200 euros. That's how much it is, which is per month, and that's the minimum. So someone could get up to like 1,200, 1,500, 2,000, 2,500, 1,800, and probably 3K. And I don't know, like, this is not fixed. It depends on the kind of job and your employee. So you get paid like one per month. So that's how the thing works here. And so that's just it depends. Another thing, when it comes to working, it depends on your city. If you are in a very big city like Bucharest, Cluj, and some really big cities, it's easier to get a job. But then if you're in some small cities, it's really not easy to get a job because of the language. Because let me say, if you are in cities that we don't really have tourists, people coming in, that speak English, and if you're an English speaker, it's really difficult. unless you learn the language. You learn the language, yes, you can get jobs and the rest of that. Another thing you should also consider when you're looking for a job is the kind of course you're studying. Like, let me say, for an instance, you're studying medicine. Like, when you're studying medicine, your schedule is really messed up. Sometimes you could have like 8 a.m. class, and your classes is ending, let me say, around 4 6, and some of the supermarket and like some shops, they close at 6, so like how are you going to work when your classes are ending by 6? So it's just messed up. It depends on what you're studying. So I think if you're studying other courses, you might be able to like work longer and just be able to just fix the whole thing. But then let me just put it out there, you can work if you're an international student. Okay, so we're just going to move over to the third one, which is how much is the tuition fee. Yeah, the tuition fee is not the same thing. It depends on the school. If you're going for a private university, you get to pay more than the, I don't know how to say, the state. I don't know how to explain it, but if it's a private university, okay, let's say the government schools, that's a better word. The government schools, you pay lesser, but if it's a private university, you get to pay more. So I would just say for my school, we pay like 4,950. So we can approximate that to 5,000 euros. And let me see, like I try to get some of the how much some cities pay. Bucharest, they pay like around, Bucharest is the capital, they pay like 7,500 as their school fees. I know that Arad, they pay 6,250 euros. Everything I'm saying here is in euros as their school fees. And I know Craiova pay like 6,000 euros as the school fees. I'll still put down these things in the description box, so in case you didn't really get it, you can be able to read and then understand everything. I'm going to put a lot of information there, so you can just go check it out and just see like the things you missed here. And so it depends on the city. The school fees can vary. It depends on the city you will go into. Another thing I wanted to say is, like, for international student, you don't have the option to pay your school fees, like to split it like first semester, second semester. For the Romanian student, they have that option, so they could pay the first installment in the first semester and the second installment in the second semester. But for international students, we are made to pay full. You have to pay in full, so that's the disadvantage. But then if you check it, the school fees is not as expensive as other European countries like Hungary, Germany, and the rest of them, like the Schengen countries. So when we look at it, like, okay, Romania, it's kind of a bit low when it comes to the tuition fee. But then when you compare that to someone coming from Nigeria, it's high. So I understand that. So we're going to talk about the last one, which I think that's the biggest one. Like, everyone is like, what's the cost of living? How is it? Is Romania that expensive? How can I cope? And all that. And I would say if you're coming from Nigeria, it's gonna look so expensive to you. But over time, if you have traveled to other countries, you understand that Romanian cost of living, it's quite okay. So people that come from countries like UK, Hungary, and other countries, when it comes to Romania, they understand that, okay, here is actually good. And some people, like, they say, like, they prefer to stay in Romania because Romania is cheaper. If you have a good job and you're living in Romania, believe me, you would enjoy it because it's way cheaper. Okay, so basically I'm going to be talking about some things. I'm going to highlight them. I'm going to talk about the apartment. So for apartment, if you're a student and you stay in the school hostel, yes, that's a very good way of saving money because the school hostel is cheaper and you can save a lot of money. But when it's an apartment, so for an apartment, like, let me say, it depends on the city. If it's a small city, it's cheaper to get an apartment. You can get an apartment of 200 euros, probably 180-ish, 180. Smaller cities, but 180, 200 and above. So it depends on your taste when it comes to apartment. And for bigger cities, it's more expensive. Cities is a different thing entirely. They price for the apartment is higher. So I would say, for example, 250 euro, you could get, and that's a normal apartment in the smaller cities. But in Bucharest, like, you're gonna even be happy to get an apartment of 250 euro, because Bucharest on its own is the capital and is expensive. It's really expensive. And I would advise, like, if you live in the cities, you can actually like just live with someone that's gonna reduce the cost. You guys can get like apartment of 500 or 400 or something, and then pay between you guys, and it's cheaper and better for you. So I'm going to move into talking about transportation. Yeah, another way to save money is getting on the buses, the tram, or the metro. In Bucharest, for instance, they have the tram, the bus, and the metro, and other cities just probably have bus and tram that you need to take. So if you want to take the taxi for literally everywhere you're going to, bro, see, you're gonna spend a lot of money. So if you want to save money, taxi should be once in a while when the thing is urgent and you need to like get to the place ASAP. So I will talk about the next one, which is about food. Yeah, I think here some people tell you I spend this amount on food, and when you get here, you're spending a lot. It depends on how you eat. So if you eat more, you're gonna spend more. And if you're someone that orders food, you're always ordering KFC, McDonald's, Mr. Superior, pizza, all those things, burger, and all that. Like, if you're someone that eats a lot of all those things, you're gonna spend a lot of money. If you're someone that makes your food at home, you calm down, you relax, cook your food. Yes, that's a very good way of saving money. So if you're coming to Romania, yes, please, I would advise like you just try to like make your own meals yourself than buy food every time. Because if you buy food every time, that is a lot, tons of money you're throwing away. So if you want to save money and spend less, yes, that's a very good way. Like I said, Romania, it's really not that expensive. It depends on how you eat and how you spend your money. So I would say for food, you could spend like, let me say, 100 to 200 euro just on food in a month, and it could be less or more. If you're someone that goes on clothes shopping, like you love to buy clothes, you love to look good, things like that, yes, you're gonna spend a lot of money. You're going to spend a lot of money. And you're someone that doesn't even budget your expenses. You just see these things and it's fine. You're like, okay, I want to buy. You're going to spend a lot of money. So I would just advise that you track your expenses, know how you spend. Okay, this is the budget for today and I'm not going beyond this. It's going to really help you a lot. So another thing, if you're someone that loves to go hang out with the girls, hang out with the boys, go Friday night out, eat out, go to the restaurant, order tea, order expensive food and drinks, going out for coffee, all these things. If you're someone that does that a lot, you're going to spend a lot of money. If you're someone that just always focus on your books and just hang out once in a while, yeah, that's a very good way of saving money, because you're going to save a lot of money from not going out. So I would also advise, if you're new to Romania or to a city, you just don't need to like just be out there. You want to go out, you want to do everything. Yes, that's okay for you to want to hang out and meet people, but then I would advise you just relax and just look at how things work and how things go, because people, you might see a lot of people spending money, them they have their source of getting money, but you, it might not really be the same for you. So it's better you relax and see, okay, what works for me, like what works for me. And when it comes to going to shopping, you have to always like just take your time. Don't just be in a hurry to just go in there and just pick anything and then off. You have to take time, compare the brands, because there are some brands that have cheaper products and they're still the same thing. They're very nice. It's just about like just you relaxing and knowing the best thing to choose when you go to shopping. So that's a very important thing. I need to just put it out there. Know the stores you go to. If it's Lidl that is cheaper for you, that's good. If it's Ashan, good. If it's Kaufland, that's good. If it's Carrefour, it's good. Just know what to do. Just take your time and just figure out your way like in the city, because it's really crazy if you're new here and you don't have anyone around. So I would say we'll come to an end of this video, and I really hope this video was very helpful to you. I really hope you enjoyed this video and you learned something new. And if there's something you want me to be saying that I didn't say, or there's something you were hoping that I would mention that I didn't mention, so please leave a comment below and I will try to pack a lot of information in the description box. And then if there's anything I forgot to say, I'll put it right there so you guys can read it and follow along. Don't forget to follow me on my Instagram, Regal Baby. I'm gonna put that on the description box or on the screen somewhere. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you're a new subscriber, please, if you're new here, please like and subscribe and share to your friends that you know that would need this information. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. See you in my next video.